one of the things I really find exhausting about shows and movies, and I kind of overanalyze them, and I get it because even people I talk to would be like, "Dude, it's fiction. You're supposed to suspend your disbelief," and I do my best in a lot of cases. It's just on the superhero side, I prefer my superheroes to have superpowers. I'm gonna suspend my disbelief for Superman, but there are a lot of people out there that are like, well, Batman, he didn't have superpowers and he can beat any superhero, and they'll come up with any argument, stuff like that. But we want to focus on the movie tropes and cliches I can't stand. The first and foremost one is there'll always be a movie or TV show where there's this accomplishment no one's ever done in 200 years. They've been trying to get it. There's this treasure no one's ever found. And here's your movie protagonist who is average in every way, nothing special about them, and they usually find the treasure or beat the task in about 30 minutes through help of their friends or just blind luck. And I just can't stand that. Like one that does it correctly is, I'll give it to them, is the Outer Banks, because at least in the case of that, they're all working together as friends. They get lucky. They're using their wits. It's not one of those where he's just like, oh, I'm going to find the treasure really easily, because his dad dedicated his life to finding it. So that one I can give a pass to. It's just the ones where the average in every way person just all of a sudden is this ultimate badass 30 minutes into the movie. What I'd really say is Divergence, the one. Little 5'3" girl, never got any exercise in her life, and halfway into the book, in the movie, she's just kicking ass. Or and then on the other side of the coin, there's the guy that's just like overpowered. Like everything goes their way. Everything, like it just seems like they're always right about everything. Like the John Grisham novels are especially guilty of this. Because in all his books, the main character is always 2 steps ahead of everyone, and that much smarter than everyone, that much better than everyone. Because toward the end of the book, you're like, oh, how will they get out of this? Oh, wait, they planned for this contingency because they've planned 10,000 contingencies. So all his characters are basically Batman. That's what it is. And I'll reiterate, I appreciate the fact that fiction is fiction. And you do need to enjoy it, but it's just another one that I really hate, and they've gotten better about this, is the guy and girl absolutely hate each other. The whole movie, they argue, they disagree, and somehow they end up together falling in love. Because that really isn't how life works. Now, what I'll give a pass to is, I'll give it to Harry Potter. Like, Hermione and Ron, you could kind of tell they're meant to be together. They don't hate each other, they're friends. But they argue and don't agree on everything. So them, I can understand, but I'm glad movies have kind of stopped doing that. They hate each other. Oh no, and you can just tell. It's like, yeah, they're gonna get together. There's no 2 ways about it. They absolutely hate each other because that's really how life works. That one, I'm glad they've gotten rid of it. And another one that's is a little too much for me is the overpowered regular person, like Batman, is one I mentioned, or Black Widow. I get it, she's a well-trained military person, but she's also a 5'3" woman that weighs about, I don't know, 115, 120 pounds. I'm sure she's a great fighter, but she's cleaning out rooms of just like huge muscular military guys. And if you put in real life, like in the UFC, if you put a 155-pound fighter against a heavyweight, they're probably going to lose. I mean, they might win. I know, blah, blah, blah. Anything could happen. Hold your own. But it's just kind of hard to believe. But I know what you're saying. Well, you need to suspend the disbelief, stupid. It's a movie. Yeah, but if she's going to be that much of a badass and just that good at everything, give her superpowers. Give her the super soldier serum or something. Make it seem like there's a good reason she can do that. Now, I'll admit, she gets by really well on her wits. And I appreciate that. I like that part of her personality. She's basically, I hate to go back to it, but basically a female Batman, because a lot of times he just uses his brains and wits to defeat foes. I'm trying to think what else, because John Grisham novels, I've read a lot of them and I like them. It's just they're always so formulaic. There's always some alcoholic. There's always somebody with drug use. There's always a put upon wife or girlfriend. There's always something. They're always just better than everyone else. That's the one I find irritating, which it makes him money. So I guess more power to him, but that stuff gets done to death. And another one that is the David versus Goliath. I mean, think about how old that is. It comes from the Bible. But every movie, it's always, well, we're a basketball team of a bunch of skinny 5'10" white boys up against a team of athletic black players, and we win. Now, the Hoosiers, I get it. True story. That's fine, because movie 43 really makes fun of it. I don't know, coach. We're playing the white school. And the coach was like, you're black. You're better. I don't know what you're worried about. And there are other movies that'll do it. Oh, we're just a plucky team of hard workers. Yeah, you can outwork people, but at a certain point, there's a point where everybody has a ceiling. Like if I worked really hard, I don't care what kind of shape I get in. I'm not going to run a 4.240. So if it's a bunch of guys that are slower, they should lose and are going to lose. So that one, I hope it slows down a little bit, because everybody's always rooting for David, and Moose should just be like, yeah, I don't know why they came in expecting to win. Our whole team is all going to go on D1 scholarships. And this last one is one that was made fun of very well in Austin Powers. It couldn't have got it more right. Yes, I'm just going to leave him in a room by himself with one inept guard and hope everything goes to plan. And while he's waiting, I'm going to tell him all about my evil plan, and that'll be the end of it. And his son's just like, I got a gun. I could kill him. You just don't understand, son. And movies just did that and did that and did that. Now, they stopped doing that, but that was one I find fun.